Our core belief as Catholics is that Jesus gave us his body and blood, his very flesh in the Eucharist. This is my body. This is my blood given up for you. Take it, eat it, drink it. Do this in memory of me.
On a journey that began in Hartford, Connecticut, perpetual pilgrims carried the Blessed Sacrament on their way to the National Eucharistic Congress in Indianapolis, Indiana. On May 28th, their path brought them to the Diocese of Trenton. The pilgrims first arrived at St. Mary of the Assumption Cathedral in Trenton, where Bishop David M. O'Connell greeted them and received the monstrance containing the Blessed Sacrament. The cathedral was filled to near capacity for the Mass, which was celebrated in Spanish.
Entonces, ¿qué es lo que Dios llama? ¿Qué es lo que Jesús nos enseña de la Eucaristía? Bueno, tenemos que buscar en el capítulo 6 de Juan, donde Jesús nos habla sobre la Eucaristía. ¿Qué dice Jesús? Yo soy pan bajado del cielo. Este pan es mi cuerpo. Este pan da vida eterna.
Following the Mass, congregants joined a Eucharistic procession around the cathedral campus.
Following the procession and the Eucharistic Congress from last year when it was announced, and it has been a pleasure to be able to volunteer here in the cathedral.
I just came here to be part of this beautiful celebration and got to spend some time with Jesus, and that's what we're all about.
Coming from a small community, you only see like your priest, and having the opportunity to see different people, different parishes coming together, it's awesome because we are one church.
En este proceso del avivamiento eucarístico he devuelto de nuevo a encontrar lo que es la Eucaristía, que es la presencia viva de Jesús. Y eso me ha llenado mucha alegría porque estaba un poquito confundido con el sentido de lo que era la fe. Y hoy en día sí puedo reconocer por fin que Jesús está vivo y está en la Eucaristía.
We are on a pilgrimage, a true journey of faith. You know, the Eucharist, whenever it's celebrated, whenever it's adored, whenever it's shared with the sick or the homeless, the Eucharist is leading us somewhere. In our hearts, from our hearts, into the rest of the world.
The pilgrims spent day 2 of the journey at St. Mary of the Pines Church in Manahawkin, New Jersey. Congregants spent time in adoration after the Mass.
This is a beautiful Mass for us, and we never want to waste the opportunity to see the bishop and be with God.
We are from the Diocese of Patterson, and they didn't pass that way, so we had to look for where it will go, and we want to join because we really believe that Jesus is in that bread and wine. It is Him. And the experience this afternoon is overwhelming.
I find that through working and through the trials of life, I find sometimes that I say to myself, Lord, you're the only one who really understands me. And that was really affirmed for me here today. It's the time period that I'm at with work is a very busy time and stressful, and there's anxieties in my personal life as well. And at the end of the day, I was able to put all that aside and just look upon the one who gets me the most.
The revival of the Eucharist, the belief in the real presence is so important. He loves us so much to be present in a way that is tangible, that we can spend time with Him.
There's nothing like bringing your family closer to heaven, and being here and in adoration tonight with the Eucharist, it just touches every part of my being.
What do we hope and pray will be the fruit of this Eucharistic pilgrimage, reinvigorated worship in active, devout attendance at Mass, time spent in Eucharistic adoration, growing in our understanding of the Eucharist, and sharing that understanding without fear with others. How? By inviting them to join with us in our Eucharistic journey of faith.
On the third and final leg of their journey in the Diocese of Trenton, the Pilgrims attended Mass at St. Mary Church in Bordentown. The faithful then accompanied Bishop O'Connell, who carried Jesus in the monstrance to Hillside Park in Bordentown, where pilgrims and surrounding neighbors came together for prayer and benediction. Many of the faithful then drove to Trenton to cross over the Lower Trenton Bridge with the Pilgrims to walk with the Blessed Sacrament to Morrisville, Pennsylvania.
Lord Jesus Christ, though we have held and tasted your body and blood, we can never confine or contain you. Yet in this sacrament, you are closer to us than our own thoughts. We are so thankful, so grateful for our pilgrim brothers and sisters who have carried you to us in the Blessed Sacrament. May your presence never leave us, and may your love forever remain in our hearts. Jesus Christ, present in the Holy Eucharist.
I'm super thankful, grateful, and blessed to be able to walk with Jesus through the streets. For God to then want to not just be with us spiritually, but physically every single day, the bread of life. And when we say the Our Father, it is our daily bread. It is the daily bread, is Him.
I feel really special being here. It's kind of like seeing my biggest role model, and He's just right there.
It was so moving just to walk across the bridge and to, in a sense, recognize and realize that Christ is walking with us too. It'll be probably in the weeks and the months ahead that I'll really truly appreciate all that has happened. But what I do know and what I have realized is the great commitment of ordinary lay people. Their desire to bring Christ to others is very, very real. And that's a reality to me, and that gives me hope.